Hey guys, as you are all probably very much aware that on Saturday it is Halloween, and this week is all about the preparation of getting your house ready, finding costumes, and sort of finalising plans to what you're going to be doing that night. Halloween for my family, especially my mum, she is obsessed with Halloween. She loves it. She's got like little plaques on hanging on the wall. She's got window stickers everywhere. She's got lights. She's got banners. She loves Halloween. She has even got light up ghosts and pumpkins around the house as well. And my sisters both love it. They're very much into Halloween. And I am the odd one out of the family. I hate Halloween. I've never liked Halloween, and I will never ever like Halloween. And I am very much the odd one out in this family, and it causes much arguments at this time of the year because obviously, you know, 3/4 of the family love Halloween, and then there's me that just hates it. I have never liked Halloween. I am not the type of person to like Halloween. I have an irrational fear of like masks and people using dressed up, and it's just not my jam, and I try to avoid it at all costs. So I let the Halloween be taken over by the rest of my family, and I sort of try and do my best to hide away from Halloween. Whereas a lot of you guys will probably be like, how can you hate Halloween? I have no idea, but for me, it's just not my type of. Oh, it creeps me out. So I try to avoid it at all costs. Last year, I wrote a blog about how mental illness is like Halloween, and a lot of people liked it. Some people had questions. So I thought this year I'd sort of expand on that blog in the vlog. Halloween is all about being terrified, and the fear and the anxiety and the adrenaline, and never knowing what's going to happen or what's going to jump out next. And people love the rush it gives them of being absolutely terrified. And mental illness for us is sort of like that, but we don't love it, we hate it, because we live that every single day of our life. People on Halloween get it for a few hours on Halloween every year, that's it. Whereas we live it 24/7 every day of our lives, and we don't really like it. Halloween is about getting treats and never understanding what's happening next, and to always expect the unexpected. And that is very much what it's like with a mental illness, is you get treats where you have a good day or a few good days in a row, but then you never know what's going to come. Am I going to have a day where I don't want to get out of bed? Am I going to be a day where all I want to do is cry and I feel broken and worthless? Or am I going to have a good day? Or am I going to enjoy something that day? Or am I going to hate everybody that day? It's the constant fear of unknown, and you have no clue how you're going to survive it. On Halloween, you enjoy the thrill of the fear. You love like walking along or going to somewhere where you know that something is going to come and scare you. And that is very much my mental illness. On Halloween, you were scared and you have your guard up. You constantly have your guard up, looking around going, someone's going to come out eventually. Like, it's been quiet for too long. Something has to happen. And that is what it's like for us. I am constantly afraid of what's going to happen and what's going to get me freaked out, and what my mental illness is going to throw my way. I never have a day where I know what's going to happen. Millions of people love Halloween. That one day you can get absolutely terrified and scared, and you just live in fear for one day every year, but then it ends. But for people with a mental illness, our fear doesn't end. I made a little question in the blog post last year saying, how would you cope if your life became Halloween? The constant fear of never knowing, having your guard up and being paranoid about everything, and you only get a treat once in a while, and even that doesn't last long. On Halloween, the one thing when you're scared and you're terrified that keeps you going is it ends at midnight. It's the next day, Halloween is over. Whereas with a mental illness, it never ends. You are constantly living in this fear and paranoia and anxiety and depression that one minute you can be happy, but then with the flick of a switch, you are this broken mess of a person and you have no idea why. Or you just know that I've enjoyed this activity, so that means for the rest of something, I am going to be miserable and broken because I don't get to enjoy life. Halloween is a scary, scary day, and people love being scared. And to be honest, if I wasn't a scaredy cat, I probably would love to be scared for one day of the year, but then have it be my life free of it for the next year. But when your life and your everyday consists of you being terrified and being in fear and have your guard up and never fully knowing who you are or what's going on, is painful and it's tiring and it's really, really draining, and it never ends. Unlike the people on Halloween, they get to know that at midnight another day has begun and Halloween is over. Whereas for us, we don't. We know that at midnight it starts all over again. But just because we faced our fear that day, is going to be a new fear the another day. And it's going to be like that forever. And I think that's why I sometimes struggle, and I know a lot of you times struggle, getting back up again. Because in the back of your mind, you know that once you pick yourself back up again, something else is going to come and knock you down. And it's hard finding the motivation when you're tired and you're scared and you just want that midnight to end. But it never does. And I think that's why I feel Halloween is very much like a mental illness, is the fact that for one night every year, people are living in this terrified, unexpected, fearful, and everybody's on alert and never really expecting what's going to happen, and generally sort of like wary about the world around them and never know what's going to happen to them. I think that is sort of the glimpse for people who don't have a mental illness. That's sort of the closeness they get to what it's like. But unlike for them, their ends at midnight and ours continues. So I think that's why I feel that mental illness is most like Halloween. That's one of the reasons I find it hard when people judge and have the stigma of what it's like to have a mental illness, because if they felt the fear, if they lived Halloween, their Halloween, genuine fear, every single day of their life, could they survive it? Could they hack it? Could they live in constant fear every single day? And could they be scared of everything and be broken every single day of their life, every minute of that day? Would they still be able to continue? And I think deep down they know the answer is no. Because it's hard and it's tiring, but props to the people that are still here fighting, because I know a few times I have wanted to give up and it's hard. But there is one little quote that I put at the end of the blog last year, which I think really does help a lot with what it means to have fear. Fear has two meanings. One, to forget everything and run, or two, face everything and rise. And I think that's what we do every single day. We get out of bed and we face our mental illness, whether it is crying and feeling broken or whether it's doing something productive. No matter what you're doing, by surviving and carrying on, you are facing your fear and you are rising. And it is hard, but it also shows how strong you are to face your demons every single day and prove to the rest of the world that you are strong enough to still live. And if that doesn't say how much courage you have, then I don't know what doesn't. So I hope everybody has a lovely, lovely Halloween. I will be hiding away and just not partaking in the Halloween festivities. But I hope you all have a great Halloween. And yes, the birthday vlog will be going up soon. It's just hard, guys. I didn't realise, because normally I edit on my iPad and it's all quite easy, but then there's footage from different things and oh, it's just a mess. But I promise it's going up soon. So I hope you guys have a lovely time and I'll see you soon. Bye.